Am I the asshole for not wanting to pretend to be my twin on her wedding day? I, 30 female, have an identical twin sister, and for the purposes of anonymity, oh my God, what is that? How do you say that? Anonymity. How do you say that word?
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Oh yeah, anonymity.
Anonymity. Yes, that's how you say it. Oh my God, I just had like a stroke.
Should we ask Siri?
I think it's I already forgot what I said. Anonymity. That's it. Anonymity. Oh my God.
Should we keep that in the cut?
I don't know. Should I? I'll see how annoying it is when I'm editing it. Anonymity. Okay. I'm not going to be able to keep a straight face while I read this. For the purposes of Why can't I say that? I don't know if it's because I don't know how to say it.
Hey Siri.
Or is it because I
How do you pronounce
just can't
anonymity? Anonymity.
Anonymity. Okay, wow, I'm learning. For the purposes of oh my God, I swear I'm not doing this on purpose.
Okay, why don't you just say like to keep things anonymous?
Okay.
You could change it a little bit.
Yeah, true. To keep things anonymous, I'll call her Jess. Okay, I'm going to pull it together now. Jess and I look so much. I'm so sorry. That was probably so annoying. I think I'm just going to keep it all in though.
You should. I think it's funny.
Okay, I'll call her Jess. Jess and I look so much alike, it can be freaky. At one point when we were still infants, they had to draw a little dot at the bottom of one of our feet just so they could keep track of who was who for medical reasons. My mom adored the fact that Jess and I were her cute baby twin girls and treated us as precious dolls who would frequently dress alike and always make us do things together. At first, I didn't mind it at all because, well, it was my normal and I do genuinely love my sister. But when we started getting older and I developed my own interests, I would get so frustrated or upset when I either couldn't do something because Jess didn't want to, or the only way that I could do it was if Jess could come with me and vice versa. It sucked because despite our appearances, Jess was the more extroverted twin who liked to go to parties and do sports while I was introverted and artistic. I was always made to do what Jess wanted to do because me not wanting to be so social was seen as bad, and the only way that Jess would agree to do or endure my hobbies was if I did her homework or chores. Oh my gosh.
Well,
when my parents were divorcing, I was over the moon when my dad agreed to let me live with him in another state, and Jess didn't want to move away from all her friends. My mom cried when I had to tell her I didn't want to live with her, and Jess accused me of hating them. This really wrecked me emotionally, and I almost caved, but my dad got me into therapy, who helped me gather the courage to just leave. I never really did shake off the guilt until around senior year of high school, but I never once regretted my choice because of how liberating I felt by getting to just be me. I was slowly able to repair my relationship with my mom and Jess, but Jess and I were never as close as we used to be, and I was honestly fine with that. Fast forward to adulthood, and Jess is engaged to her boyfriend, Steve, 36 male, and their wedding is set for this spring. Unfortunately, Jess was recently in a bad accident, and her face is going to need to get cosmetic surgery. She has been crying on and off for days over this because there's no way she'll be healed up in time for the wedding. My mom, Steve, and I have been trying to console her, but it's not enough. Earlier this week, my mom approached me with the idea of dressing up as Jess and pretending to be her for the ceremony and reception so the pictures will look nice. I was floored and gave a hesitant no because while I do know that this would mean a lot to my sister, I just feel really uncomfortable about it. My mom was upset with me and said that it wasn't a big deal, it was just for the pictures, and asked me if I really wanted to make it so that Jess would have to be reminded of her trauma whenever she had to look at her wedding photos or just not have any photos to look at all. Am I the asshole?
Aren't you pretty much not going to have any photos to look at all if you're not in the photos anyways?
That's what she's saying. She's like, if she doesn't do this for her sister, there will basically be no photos.
Right, but even if she does do it for her sister, like it's not her in the picture.
Wait, yeah. Well, that's complicated.
It's her sister in the pictures.
Yeah, she's just going to pretend it's her.
Yeah, so like you're going to look back at your wedding day of pictures of your sister and your husband and be like, wow.
Wait,
that was the best day of my life.
That's so true. Like, does she think she's going to forget that it was actually her sister in all the photos?
Yeah, obviously, like I have empathy. I feel bad for her. You know, that sucks that happens right before her wedding. But like, it's your wedding. It's not your sister's wedding. They're not your twins.
This is so strange. I feel like this is out of a movie.
Yeah, me too. Okay, if you were identical, I feel like it's hard to put yourself in their shoes. If you were identical twins with Aaron, and God forbid something happened right before Aaron's wedding day, would you feel comfortable posing for photos with her husband?
I feel like
just to have pictures.
I feel like Erin and I are way closer than this girl is with her twin. So part of me is like, if she asked me to do it and she's like, just do it for an hour, you don't have to kiss, you don't have to, but no, they want her to be standing there during the ceremony.
That's what I mean.
This is so fucked up. I think I would tell my sister if she really cared that much, she should just postpone the wedding.
Yeah, me too. That's what I would say.
Or redo her photos later on. You're allowed to do that too.
Yeah.
People do that a lot, even if it like rains or something on their wedding day. I feel like I've heard stories of people just dressing up in the hair and makeup and taking beautiful photos like a month later.
Right.
Because it's like, you're not going to remember that exact pose didn't take place that day. Like, it's still a beautiful photo.
Right. Yeah. And like, it's still then you in your dress and you know what I mean?
I would not want to stand there and pretend to be my sister for a ceremony.
No.
No, I wouldn't. No, I don't think I would do that.
I would definitely refuse that part because, like, I mean, obviously, depending on where they get married, but, like, still.
Yeah.
It takes away even, like, sanctity from the marriage, like, even if it's not in a church, still.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. So basically, Jess doesn't want to stand there for her wedding ceremony. She wants her sister to do her whole wedding ceremony.
And then, what's Jess gonna, like, float into the after party?
Yeah.
And everyone's gonna be like, oh, hey, like, wait.
Wait, yeah. Whereas, does everyone know that this is actually Jess's sister up on the altar? So that's even weirder.
Okay, that's the other thing too. Even if you are completely identical, I feel like as you grow into adulthood, you like have your own little, even your hair might be a little bit different. Your interests are going to be a little bit different, obviously. Like, I feel like people that are really close to you that are going to your wedding will be able to pick that out.
Yes, totally.
Right? Like,
and wouldn't Jess's husband be like, I don't want to stand there for 30 minutes during the ceremony and stare at your sister?
Yeah.
And say my vows to your sister?
Even the pictures, like, I just think, like literally my head immediately went to, like, the awkward prom pose.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like,
yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want to touch her.
No. I feel like it's just so bizarre because I think in their mind, they're like, oh, we'll look back on the photos and then you'll forget that it wasn't you. You'll just think it's you in the photos. But, like, you're not going to forget that.
No, never.
You're going to know that it was your sister in the photos with your husband.
Yeah, no.
That is so bizarre.
Yeah, I don't think I could agree with that. Like I said, feel bad, can't agree with that decision.
Yeah.
And I don't blame the sister for just being like, sorry. Yeah. But no.
If my sister begged me and she was like, I'm doing my whole wedding day, can you just pose as me for a few photos, the picture that I can hang on my mantle? I wouldn't want to do it, but considering how close my sister and I are and all the things that she does for me, I'd be like, this is fucking weird, but like, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's like,
at that point.
I don't know. If she really wanted me to do it, but I wouldn't be excited about it and I wouldn't do it for the ceremony. And I definitely understand why this girl doesn't want to do it because she's not even close with her sister, it seems.
Yeah. Nope.
There was an update.
Oh.
Jess and Steve's wedding is booked at their dream venue, and if they postpone, which is in about 3 weeks, they won't be able to book again until around 2025, and families on both sides are coming from out of state. Apparently, between the wedding costs and needing to save up for the cosmetic surgery, Steve and Jess don't have the money to pay for professional Photoshop. We live in America, and as far as I know, since Jess's surgery is purely for cosmetic purposes, health insurance may not cover it, if any at all. My mom was the only one who actually approached me about this, so I don't know for sure if Jess and Steve know about this idea. Honestly, I'm a little nervous of actually talking to them about this in case they're on board and start to pressure me into agreeing. What my mom is proposing that I do is wear Jess's wedding dress and she wears whatever I was going to wear, and then I just stand in front of her for when it's time to walk down the aisle, do the entrance up at the reception, first dance, bouquet toss, and photo time. The literal entire day. Yeah. That's everything. I wouldn't actually be doing the vows. This just seems very pointless.
Yeah.
It seems so pointless. They can redo the photos they want for their wedding. And also, professional Photoshop is not that expensive.
I was just thinking, like, I mean, God, like, people airbrush anything anymore.
Yeah,
like,
you could get a high schooler to do that for like $15 or $20 an hour. And they could do it so well. You don't even need to be that skilled to, I mean, I don't know, obviously, the degree of her injuries, but I feel like Photoshop would be a better idea.
How recent was this?
37 days ago. It was 1 month ago.
So the wedding
March 3rd.
happened last week, probably, right?
There's an update.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for all your advice and suggestions, as well as the affirmation that I have the right to say no. Still dealing with residual guilt about refusing to do things for my mom. So I reached out to Steve first about suggesting Photoshop, and it turns out he and Jess were already considering that before deciding to just postpone the wedding, as Jess is dealing with PTSD from the accident and doesn't believe she's going to be able to handle the stress of a wedding in 3 weeks. I was so relieved and told Steve that I would be more than happy to help with getting the word out to people that the wedding wasn't happening right now. For the sake of peace and Jess's mental health, I've decided to keep what my mom said about using me as a replacement for the wedding to myself for now. Jess is really going through a lot, and I feel like this would be like rubbing salt in the wound. Okay, this makes me feel so much better.
Yeah. So really it was mom that was coming up with these crazy ideas.
Crazy mom.
Jess wasn't doing it at all.
I feel like the mom did not think this through.
No, I feel like sometimes moms are just so like irrational. And also, you know how like some moms, their like daughter's wedding day or their son's wedding day, it's like what they envisioned.
Yes.
Like so much and they can't put to the side like Momzilla, not Bridezilla, Momzilla. You know what I mean? Like stop.
I bet the mom thought she really did something. Like she's like, I have the perfect plan.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, have your daughter sit out her entire wedding day other than the vows? Like what?
Good efforts.
Yeah.
But no. I was going to say, I feel like you would be good at like editing those photos.
Yeah.
Send them over.
Them. Yeah. Send them over.
If you're listening, look at me signing her up for work.
Yeah. I'll do it for free.
So if you're not busy enough.
I'll do the first one for free, and then I'll charge you $700 per photo. Just kidding.
Period. Get that bag.
True.